Okay, we are going to run down Alsace, France, which is amazing. Okay, so let's start. So I have the map. You can get the maps off Jancis Robinson. This is Alsace. There are 51 Grand Crus, which you must know, and there's a lot more information if you are a Somm. There's major grapes in this area: Gewürztraminer, Pinot Gris, Riesling, Muscat are the major ones. If you get red wine from this area, you're looking at like Pinot Noir. There's the Vosges Mountains, so there's going to be a rain shadow there. And there's two different parts. There's like the Boss Rhine and the O-Rhine, and it's white and red. And then what I really like to talk about, Auxerrois is one of my favorite little grapes. It's also intertwined with Pinot Blanc. And what's really fun is I really didn't drink a lot of Pinot Blanc, but I think it's actually coming around, and I really love it. There is one here from Mark Kreidenweiss, and this is one of our favorite Pinot Blancs. If you like a very minerally dry wine, you know, a lot of people say, oh, Alsace is just a spicy wine, very honeyed, very floral. These guys are amazing, and they're just kind of stony and gorgeous and super pretty. And we also have the Webelsberg Grand Cru as well. I'll show you that. And this is a Riesling, and that's the Riesling grape. Same thing. These two wines are awesome. So Pinot Blanc, and this is a Grand Cru Riesling. And they're super fun, super clean. And you know, this one's gonna have, like, to me, this one is very more like white stones, and it almost reminds you of like a Chablis, but it's more of like a medium body instead of super creamy. And this one is a Riesling, and it's more like white stones and a lot of like yellow fruits, like yellow pears, yellow apples, slight white peach, but it's really stony, and I really am just in love with these wines. So you can have a look online. The Grand Cru is a little more expensive, but we're doing retail, so you should be able to afford those now. And then this is something I used to drink a lot when I was first learning about wine. This is Kunstboss producer. It's got Sylvaner is a grape, Muscat, Pinot Gris, and Gewürztraminer. So this is really kind of one of the entry level wines for Alsace. What I really like about this one is it's floral and it's kind of funky, and it's kind of what Alsace like first reminded me of when they talk about the spice, and I love it. So that was one of the wines I used to bring home. And this is one of the more honeyed wines. This was a favorite. I actually brought this wine to a couple staff parties, and people were like, oh my God, what is that? This is by Blanc, and this is Fürstentum. This is a Grand Cru Riesling. We can actually do a Grand Cru in this, the Riesling, and they make a wine we actually have by the glass called Blanc Auxerrois, and it's really delicious as well. But Paul Blanc is one of my favorite producers from Alsace. The soils are varied there. They also have something called vintage tardives, which means it's a late vintage wine. So here's the trick with that. It can be a little drier, or it can be a lot sweeter, fruitier. And that's when you need to ask your sommelier. If you happen to be in the store and like a wine shop, or you're getting a vintage tardives wine in like a restaurant, you should definitely ask for the sommelier and check and see about the sweetness level if you're kind of concerned about that. They also have Selection Grands Nobles, so that is going to be a sweeter style wine. The Somms will call that an SGN. And like I said, we have 51 Grand Crus in Alsace as well. I got to drink coffee. It's a coffee day. But it's really funny, actually. We went to France, and it's funny, I actually kind of ended up in Mulhouse, which is a city in Alsace, and it was because I forgot my purse on the train. We were actually in Burgundy. We were going to Burgundy, France. So we took the train from Paris to Dijon, and silly me, I was exhausted, so I left my purse like on the train, and thank God it had money, keys, credit cards, everything in it. And I told my husband, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like, I literally don't have anything. I'm like, my purse is gone. they called the train conductor, and nobody like could speak English, which is weird because almost everybody in France could speak English. And I know they say that they pretend, but the person I was talking to couldn't speak English. So she was using a translator on her phone, and we were going back and forth to find out if they had my purse, and they did. And it was in Alsace, and we had like 30 minutes to find the purse. So we had to take a train from Burgundy and go all the way over to Alsace to get the purse. And we ended up in like the train station type thing, and they were like lost and found us in this bike shop. So we couldn't find the shop, and it was crazy, and we like barely made the train to get back to Burgundy because we had like 30 minutes to find the purse. And at first they were like, we don't have the purse. I'm like, we have to find this purse. And what's super funny, my friend's watching, she'll love this. So my friend gave me this purse, and it was a Prada purse. And when we had went into France, it was the first time I'd been out of the country, and she got me this kind of like fake bag, and I was like, I'm gonna take that little fake bag because it's really tiny, it'd be super easy to carry. And my friend got it for me, and I like love it. And the first thing you see is like you get off of the plane, and you go to like get your suitcase, and it's like, if you have a fake purse, you'll be fined and you'll go to jail or something. And that was the one thing that I lost when we were there. And I was like, oh my God, I don't want to pick it up. And Kyle's like, are you sure? Like, they're not going to know that that purse is fake. I'm like, well, probably not the guys in like in the bike shop are going to know. But I was like, I can't believe the one thing I could probably go to jail for in France is like a fake Prada purse, and that's what I lost. It was just the funniest thing ever. It would have been funny if I would have sat in jail for that, but anyway. That's my funny story about Alsace. But definitely drink Alsace. Alsace too, we'll go back on subject. Alsace is like on the border of like Germany. So Alsace, France, and then you have the German border. So Alsace used to be traded a lot like during wars. So sometimes it was in Germany, sometimes it was in France. So they speak a lot of French and German. And thank you very much for watching. Enjoy your day.